I'm the founder of EPSCO, and I could say about maybe 3 decades earlier when I was abroad, specifically in Dubai, and I was working for a company, and we had got a project which was a oil tanker, single hull, was being converted into an FPSO, which is basically a manufacturing floating refinery. So they had to dismantle a lot of portions of the ship. And we had a lot of consultants. We were providing a lot of support for the HVAC systems there. And that's where I first saw and understood what asbestos was, because in a lot of these old oil tankers, all the bulkheads, all the insulations in a lot of the areas, pipelines, gasket, all had asbestos, and saw the amount of care they were taking. And they, of course, became curious and wondering why all this, because we've been doing this similar jobs in other places where no such precautions were taken. And that's where I got my first education and exposure. Over a period of time, we started doing these specialized jobs after taking training from US certificate bodies, and the learning kept on growing. We worked in different environments. We worked on ships. We had this project while I was working there in such weird places like Afghanistan, where we had to dismantle a bunker. The bunker had asbestos in it. So we've done such unique projects. There were cement pipelines which were dismantled and disposed of in Kuwait, which had asbestos in it. Then there were buildings which have the same cement roofs. Then when I was back in India, we eventually started seeing interest levels coming from multinational companies who were employing teams from abroad to come and do their surveys, do their management for them, create asbestos registers, and actually execute the job. So we went to them and said, yes, we can do it yourselves, build our teams, train our teams to that level of proficiency that we can execute the same. Since then, I think we've become the go-to company if anybody wants to do an asbestos management project, a survey, or an abatement project. We've been getting a lot of referral business through the jobs we've done in the past. We're getting a lot of business from consultants who have understood our expertise and capability in that area and a safe way of working. We've done some very, very large projects. We've handled recently a very large project. A multinational bought a piece of land, 11 acres. The entire soil was contaminated with asbestos because the demolition of the old factory there was demolished and pressed within the soil itself. And we managed to safely remove and dispose of 20,000 metric tons of contaminated soil. And in doing so, we have maintained complete record of exposure our people had, exposure the neighborhood had while the job was being done, and the entire logistics and disposal with a proper process that can not be challenged as per the standards existing today with a complete record. So we've gained this over a period of years, over a period of time. Our teams are very proficient with the Code of Federal Regulations of the US. They can actually quote it by heart. They know each and every activity which could lead to an accident or claims or liabilities. We're very well versed with that, and it not only to protect the client but to protect our own team from impact from this hazardous material.